I spent my first week of Navy boot camp feeling like I was being personally destroyed until a single glance changed everything for me. The first thing you do is you land in Chicago because that's where Navy boot camp is. Then you wait for this gray tinted school bus to pick you up. As you enter the school bus, there are tiny TV screens playing videos of your fate. When the bus stops, you get rushed off. Move, move, move! Drill instructors on both sides of you, creating a funnel, going towards a building, and you're just sprinting. Ah! It felt like my heart was pounding outside of my chest. In that moment, I was convinced that this was a systematic effort to break me as a person. I had internalized the belief that authority figures that criticized me were judging me about my worth. My mother was rough on me as a child. Instead of encouraging language, I internalized all the times she called me a disappointment. What I couldn't see then was my mind was making this whole experience infinitely harder. The one thing I want you to take away today is this: your perspective is not just how you see the world. It's a creative act that determines how you experience it. As the first week progressed, it became unbearable. Each morning at 0600, the drill instructors would burst into the door, screaming, yelling, banging on pots and pans, whatever you can think of to jar your equilibrium. Every night I would lie in my bunk mentally and physically exhausted, running through my mind of all the failures and all the criticism I took. I stare into the darkness, and at times I would even think, am I going to make this? Am I going to be able to finish what I started? During our morning grilling means the drill instructors just walk around, talk shit. Our senior chief said something that struck me in my heart, that struck me in my mind. And he said, the quickest way out of boot camp is to graduate. His words contained a hidden truth I was yet ready to see. This wasn't a prison sentence. This was a transformation process with a purpose. I just needed to discover the art of perspective to completely change my reality. On the Tuesday of the second week, I left morning chow as quickly as possible so I could go back to our room and use the restroom in peace. As I turned the corner, I saw something that stopped me in my tracks. A drill instructor. He was standing by himself at the end of the hallway, staring out the window. There was no performance, no shouting, no tough posture. It was just him, standing there, silently staring out the window. That night, lying in my bunk, I couldn't shake off that image. For the first time arriving here, in this place that I thought was a hellhole, I saw a glimpse of humanity in the drill instructor. I imagined him thinking about his family. And then I thought about that these guys are working 12 to 16-hour days trying to train us. The revelation hit me so hard. How selfish of me to think that they were trying to make this personal. This wasn't about me at all. In that moment of clarity, everything shifted. This whole thing, it was just a game, and everyone was just playing their part. The drill instructor's role is to be the obstacle of the game. My role was to be the recruit that gets forged through pressure. That night, I decided to change my approach. I taught myself how to wake up at 0500, wake up an hour earlier than everybody else, so I could use the bathroom, brush my teeth, shave, and fix my bed. And then what I would do is I would put my boots on, but hang my feet off the edge and lay back in bed, waiting for the drill instructors to burst in. And once the drill instructors came in, bursting, screaming, yelling at everybody, I would just calmly pop up, get on the tow line, and everything was set. I was shaved, I was clean, my boots was on properly, my bed was on point. No more rushing, no more scrambling for me. From that moment, boot camp became easy. Not easy physically, but easy mentally. When I was yelled at, when I was criticized, my spirit no longer crumbled. Instead, my spirit said, I'm going to show you how good I can do this task. I'm going to show you that I am going to graduate on time. We finally make it to the final test. This test is called Battle Stations. It's 12 hours of shipboard emergencies. You're in a Hollywood-designed replica battleship. And this thing shakes and pipes blow up. All these type of things happen in this ship. There's like designated fires. There's rooms where it gets filled with water and you're supposed to freaking plug the pipes and all these things. This whole grand stage is to see if all that pressure they applied, all that hounding they did, all that time they put into you actually worked. The crazy thing is, once you complete battle stations, the drill instructors is like a complete switch. It's like they're your friend now. All of a sudden, you're now equals. All of a sudden, because you passed, you are now part of the group. You are now part of the club. You're part of the military. So they have no reason now to talk shit, other than to talk shit in a playful way. They're smiling. They're high-fiving you. You know, like they're really cheering you on. And it's such a crazy shift going from a recruit to a sailor, because they really have to create that distinction during that whole process. Out of all of that, the most valuable lesson wasn't just the military discipline. It was the art of perspective. By seeing the humanity behind the role and understanding the purpose of the system, I transformed my bootcamp experience from breaking me down to building me up. Changing how I saw bootcamp didn't just alter my experience there. It changed how I approached challenges in life. The drill instructor staring out the window wasn't just a man I saw differently. He was the mirror that allowed me to see myself differently. As a child, I allowed my mother to define my worth. I was doing the same thing with the drill instructors until that single glance revealed the human behind that role. I invite you to try this perspective exercise. Think about a time where you were met with a challenging individual. Write down your perspective, your motivations, and your struggle, why that whole incident happened in your perspective, and then try to write that other person's perspective. Maybe what were their motivations or what they were possibly struggling. And this exercise just allows us to practice empathy. It also allows us to take ourselves out of that situation so that we can disconnect from the initial emotion that it created, and we can analyze analyze ourselves, and so for the next time a challenging moment comes, we are more prepared to have control over our emotions, have control over our breath, be able to manage a adult conversation to try to mitigate problems that could occur if we were to remain reactionary. This is the ultimate creative act. Reframing our reality to create new possibilities. Because when we master the art of perspective, art inspires life.